Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome to another episode of Man United Talk. Let me get the background in there. How's everyone doing? I hope you enjoyed the intro. You know what I mean? If it was too long, my bad, but I thought, let me try and bring things a bit different around here. You know, mix it all up. Try and stay with the times because you know what it's like. But everyone, make sure you smash a like on the video. If you enjoyed that intro, smash a like on the video regardless. Show some love. I'm going to get cracking into this video. Statman's got another shirt. I don't know if he's just, he supports every team, but what's that, LAFC?
Yeah, I can't let this kid bangs, with a YouTube logo as well.
Yeah, man, fair play, man. It's a snazzy shirt, man. You know what I mean? But there's a shirt that's out right now that I won't be getting. Let's say that. But anyway, good to see you anyway, mate. Adam, how's it going down your neck of the woods, man?
Yeah, I feel like I've just been on the longest elevator ride ever then, mate, with that intro.
Are you come out the right way? Are you not vertigo?
I feel all chilled now, mate. I'm ready to rock. It's just sorting me out big time.
Yeah, man. Big up to everybody. Arsenal bid for Manuel Locatelli been accepted. I don't know, man. I need to see that proper. You know what I'm saying?
The bid can be accepted, yeah, but he will still choose Juve over Arsenal.
Well, exactly. Big up to everybody in the building. I see Statman there with the new lighting. Everyone complimenting the new lighting. You know what I'm saying? You got it. No more ring lights, man. Ring lights are back in the day now. Out with the old, in with the new, eh?
The lighting's too sick. I can't even lie. It makes such a difference.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. But we're going to get cracking into this. Man United talk. Raphael Varane. Is it good? Too good to be true. I'll start with you, Adam. I thought, yeah, quality signing. And then something's just happened the last, I'd say half an hour. I don't know if you noticed, but I think, I don't know, a reporter has reported that Tottenham are now interested in Raphael Varane. What have you made of it, man?
Let's not take anything that comes out of Spurs seriously. If Varane's going to make a move to the Premier League, it's going to be United. Liverpool can't afford his wages. City don't need another centre-back. They need to get rid of some. There's only one place that Varane can go if he wants to challenge for a trophy seriously, because let's be honest, United, if they make the right moves and the noises we're making in the transfer window, there's a chance of silverware next season. There has to be silverware next season. Yeah. Otherwise, I think Ollie's out the door. So Varane will be looking at this, saying, I've got quality around me. He's not going to go to Spurs to finish career. Let's be honest. Let's just get that straight. That's just laughable. That is just laughable. But in terms of Varane himself, mate, we all know the fit. We all know what it would mean to our football team. And we're all praying that we can make this happen. Everyone's got that ultimate fear of we're going to get Real Madrid again. But
true. Remember the fax machine? They don't remember. They remember that fax machine, you know. They remember it.
Mate, but let's not forget, we're giving one of the best players to ever walk the planet. So if they start bringing up fax machines, we'll just call out the Ronaldo card and say, sort your head out. Give it a wobble. But for me, I still not, as everyone knows, I've just taken transfers with a pinch of salt. And I know there's big news today on it. Everyone's reporting it today. United clearly are in for Varane. That's what it is. I think United seem to be moving a lot quicker than everyone else. A lot quicker than a lot of other teams this window, which is a surprise on its own. But maybe they're just thinking, you know what? Varane is going to pay us back twice, double folds. You know what I mean? All we need to do is get into the latter stage of the Champions League, and there's the Varane money straight out. And that's what this That's what it will bring us. Maybe it's wishful thinking, I know, but maybe we're thinking football related for a change. But let's be honest, we ain't getting any more money from sponsors, so the team's going to have to pull up some trees, mate, and start winning some trophies to get the extra money in. So for me, it looks cut. I'm not going to say it's cut and dry. It looks a lot more promising than we've had over Real Madrid deals before. It doesn't have the vibe of a Ramos one this at the moment. It doesn't, because we know Madrid can't afford his wages. So that is the biggest thing about it. But yeah, if it happens, mate, then another big cog that's just been put into place for this machine, because this squad if we manage to keep the right players and add in the way that it's looking, then it can only be exciting for United fans to at least watch next season. The only thing that can scupper it is how they put out there. I'm not going to jump to any guns yet. I'm going to give the season a chance to start first, and we'll see whose starting lineup is and how Ollie sets it up. But in terms of him, everyone knows we all want him. It's perfect for us. I'll wait and see, mate. I will. I'll wait and see. I'm bordering 60%ish now. That's where I'm at with it, I think.
You know what I mean? Statman, what you saying, man? I was talking to you before off air, man. You know what I mean? You were saying, don't believe that nonsense, man. Tottenham won't be in there, but you know what I mean? He has to hold, man. If Real Madrid can come back with an offer and give him what he wants, or he just flirts around, at the end of the day, you know, Man United might have agreed personal terms or whatever, but at the end of the day, if that bid don't come in, you know the way they handled with Sancho, if that bid don't come in, no Varane, no party, mate. And that's the reality. And that's what, for me, why I just think maybe it might be too good to be true. Because when he started hearing these rumors, and it might be the journalist, he says, you know what I mean? It's not the glamorous journalist you're gonna ever hear of. But, you know, there are murmurs coming out. And then, boom. I think DiMarzio has reported it as well. So there must be something in this, Statman.
What the Tottenham thing?
Yeah.
The thing about the Tottenham thing, one thing I would say, for me, it seems that the agent's just playing around kind of thing, innit? Just leaking stuff out, get the contract up, and hopefully for them, Real Madrid pay the money. Because for me, look at Real centre-backs. They got Eder Militao, I think he's brilliant. They got Nacho Fernandez, let's be honest. He's had a record of injuries. And then they have David Alaba, who said when he joined, he wants to play midfield. That was the agreement kind of thing, innit? So they still either have to keep Raphael Varane or go replace him with a Koundé or something, which I don't see happening this summer, which is why I don't know, man. I'm skeptical if Raphael Varane will come. But it's kind of like United, like this summer just feels different, innit? United are moving serious, or it seems like they're moving serious kind of thing, innit? And if the personal terms for United, the personal terms ain't going to be a problem. It's just about agreeing a fee. And then it's just about timing for United, because we know we take a lot of time. But apparently, there was a good report saying yesterday that apparently, like, it could be agreed by this time next week, kind of thing. So you never know.
I think that's welcoming news, man. That's welcoming news. But you know what I mean? I think the message is clear. You know what I mean? That Man United need to push on, and I think they're trying to act seriously for once, Adam. You know what I mean? So you'd rather get this done here and now, because you know, if a certain player gets injured in a tournament, I don't know, say the Olympics, or you know, if something goes on, you know, and there's a bit of a, you know, these things need to come out and go, boom. United go in there, don't mess around, and get this guy over the line. Don't play around.
This has got all the hallmark, the so-called signings and transfer targets. Has got all the hallmarks of Ole needing extra security when he wants to play free at the back, for me. Because if you're bringing in a Trippier as well, which has gone into overdrive today, I didn't even realise. I mean, I can take or leave that transfer for me. I understand why. And he's had a decent Euros as well. But I'm just thinking, Varane, new set piece coach, the quality of Shaw's crosses, the quality of Trippier's crosses from either side. Yeah. It just looks like, you said, then United are sort of putting, I said it before, different little cogs and big cogs into certain places and actually looking sensible. Because to me, that they make sense. Because when we go to free at the back, I don't think, as well as it looks sometimes, I still don't think the players, the clientele is perfect for that formation for us. A Trippier coming in, a Varane coming in, is changing my mind. I would say that looks a lot more comfortable for me with these sorts of players in, because Shaw could easily do like he did for England. Trippier, exactly the same. And with them centre-backs in place, more control on the ball, yes, we've still got the ultimate holding midfield issue, but do you know what? If we cannot make that work when we've got the likes of Donny, Pogba, and all the other midfielders, don't want to mention the others, but if we can't make it work with this sort of player, Ole has to be adaptable. We all know that with formation. This, for me, it rolls into an ideal free at the back scenario when, not saying we need to use that every single week, but we need another option. We need a plan B, which we've all said we haven't got. The moves that are being made, for me, looks like he's sort of dare I say it, learning from last season in terms of set pieces. Ramsey coming in, albeit under 23 coach. I don't know experience or what he's going to bring. He's got a good reputation, but that's as far as I know. We do know what we need to do with set pieces. We don't score from them and we concede from them every single season. So that's good. Sort of defence out, more comfortable defenders, a bit more pace. Wing backs that can cross the ball. We've seen what Shaw and Trippier have done in the Euros. Total sense. Cavani in there on the end of crosses. Bruno picking up pieces. Pogba controlling the game. It looks on paper like we know what we're doing this summer. But then again, when a match day turns around, mate, we all know we've been stood there scratching our heads many a times, mate. So
that's what I mean.
I'm happy the way it's going this summer. It's probably been the most encouraging summer for you as a United fan I've had in a few years. I would say that.
I can't lie, you know how you said the back three thing? The way I was thinking the Trippier signing will go, you see how Man City, you know the rumours of the 4-3-3 today with the two.
Yeah, what do you make of that? What do you make of that?
I don't mind that formation, but as like you said, it's something that we have to really learn quickly if we're going to implement it into a season that's around the corner. I don't think it's if you can implement it in it, that's what it is. Sorry, man. Go on, Stat, man.
I was going to say, you see how Man City played the 4-3-3 with the David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne thing a couple of years ago? Yeah. They had the two fullbacks kind of coming inside, innit? Creating a midfield, trying to create a midfield overload kind of thing, innit?
Like that,
Which is why when we have Wan-Bissaka there, I don't think he's competent enough to play inside. When you have Trippier there, Trippier is decent on the ball. So that's another option kind of thing. Which is why I'm kind of like, maybe the 4-3-3 kind of does make sense. But obviously, if you want to play the 4-3-3, you need a holding midfielder. You cannot do it with
Fred. That's the problem. That's what I think a lot of the chat are saying. It's all right doing that. You know, I mean, someone's saying here Bruno as an 8 is a disaster. You know, he does like to drift on. If you're having them 2 8s and that even the best of holding midfielders, he could get overrun in there. And do Man United keep the ball, Statman? Not really, do they?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on who the holding midfielder is here. Because you see City, when they play the 2 attack-minded 8s, they had Fernandinho, very, very comfortable on the ball, and Rodri at times, isn't it? Those two are unbelievable on the ball. Say if we do get
Guardiola system as well.
Yeah, say if we get a Fred or a McTominay in that role, for now, that's never going to work kind of thing. No. Which is why we need to go get the holding midfielder. And it has to be a ball-playing one. And then it's kind of like, we have to change the way we play. We have to be a possession-based side, in my opinion.
Nailed it there, Statman, the way we play. Because people are saying there, Bruno can't play an 8. Yeah, he can play an 8. He played an 8 for Sporting. The problem we've given him that much of a free role that he's now got this. He's been let off the leash. So, and we're trying to rein him back in now and bring him into a system rather than giving him a free role. We need to start off like coaching our style now. With the amount of players we've got, we need to be able to at least coach our own style of football. Bruno's been let off the leash. Whether we can rein him back in, I don't know. It's going to take some work on that training ground.
But you see what I do say about the Bruno thing as an 8, you see Carlos Carvalhal, former Sporting Lisbon manager, he said that's his best position.
He did.
So it just is Oli like brave enough to discipline Bruno to play it.
We've never had a number 10. We've never had a number 10. So Oli's thinking, I need someone as a goal scorer midfielder. You know,
but the thing
Bruno
is, you know, like the current 4-2-3-1 thing. For me, we don't have a natural number 10 in our squad other than Juan Mata. Bruno Fernandes is a number 8. Pogba's a number 8. Donny van der Beek, in my opinion, is best as a number 8 in the Premier League. So you can't argue like this is very, very welcoming if we do switch to the 4-3-3.
Exactly. Let me just read the super chat here. King Lace. King Lace here with the super chat. Thanks very much, mate. I want Varane as much as the other guy, but what are we doing with the other 20-odd centre-backs at the club? We need to sell some players. A lot of the players at United would drown in a 4-3-3 with our midfield. That is true, man. You know what I mean? In fact, that is very, very spot on. You know what I mean? But I think the news is that we're keeping Telles. There's a lot of buys. You know, if you're on contracts and you sign them, again, why would you want to leave? You know, you're not going to get that at Roma. They're going to give you a contract. You know, the market over there is not the best, is it? You know,
this is it, side mate. This is how United need to come across to players, especially when you sign them and the players that we've got. You look at Telles there, man. He's perfect for the roles that Shaw and Trippier we're talking about here. But look at Man City. When a player comes out, the next man is just as capable. And this is where we need to get to. We need this. United need to act. And Ollie needs to get this across to the players that if you're in this squad this season you've got a chance of coming in, because if someone doesn't perform, and this is all on Ole, by the way, if someone doesn't perform, you come in. Look what John Stones did at City. I mean, he dislodged Laporte, and Pep went with him because he performed. Ole has to give the reward to the players when they come in and play well. If they come in and do well, you have to earn your spot back in the team. There's not one player I would say in there is undroppable. You've probably got better quality in Pogba and Bruno in their positions than a lot of other players, but we at least need to have adequate replacements in every position. The forward line, I think we've got plenty, absolute plenty. Midfield's a big issue, like Statman said, massive issue, because right now we've still not got our first team as good enough in terms of Fred and McTominay. And that's where the key signing was and what we always said, but it does come down to Ole, because if he thinks that they're okay, then he's going to have the same sort of problem, because that's the biggest position of all out of this team. For everyone else to work, that's the main cog. It is, because they're the ones receiving most of the ball.
And Norwegian, Mr. Bean out, makes a good point here. Ole doesn't pick teams on merit. There was so many players that I thought, for me, were doing well at that time. I think, what it is as well with Ole, Statman, is that if something happens this season and we lose to Leeds or something goes wrong in the season, they start panicking and they don't believe in what they're doing. And that's the problem. Ever since we lost to Spurs, we reverted back to this dull, two
I can't lie. I can't remember who said it in the chat today, but someone said, say if we do lose in the 4-3-3, like a big battery, Ole's going to switch back to what he knows, what he's comfortable with.
That's what I mean, man. So what's the point?
That scares me, innit?
Bottle, innit? You have to have that. And a manager is brave for me, and a manager who sticks by it. Fergie sticks by it. And I'm not comparing him, man. For me, it's a bit harsh to compare him, but, you stick by your guns as a manager, and the fans will then buy into it. If we'd have went into the next game after the Spurs game, I don't know who we had, and we kept doing what we were doing, and he believed in what he did. I remember, I fell in love with the Ole of the 4-3-3 with Herrera, and who else was in there?
Herrera, Pogba, Matic. That was brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I thought, you know what? Everyone started singing Ole's at the wheel. And then he just went to this cautious approach. And then I just started to say to myself, I've had enough. I've had enough, man.
Even the best do it, mate. Even the best do it. When Ole was getting the better of Pep, and I said this many times last season, Pep had to take it on the chin and revert back to a different style. But the next week, when a different opposition came, he didn't stick with that one. It's like Ole figured out how to play against Pep in that season and then stuck with it. And then everyone figured us out because we were so rigid and we didn't change things up. Pep reverted back to defensive football against Manchester United and gave us the ball more. Tried to not control the game.
Yeah.
And
the balance is perfect,
We couldn't handle it. So it needs to be adaptable. It doesn't always have to be 4-3-3, 3-4-3. I think we've got formations in this team, but it's if, like you said, here he gets the frighteners up him again after a bad result, because Pep won't change, Klopp won't change. I guarantee they're going to win more trophies because they stick to their principles. They stick to how they want their team to play. You go out and buy a player, it's simply because he's going to fit your system and how you want to play. So he has to know how he wants this team to set up, because he's out of time. You know what I mean? He's out of time now. This is it. We need to see results this summer. He's getting more money than anyone. He's had more time than anyone. And I want him to do well. I really do. I want him to succeed, but I don't want to hear any excuses this season. My God.
Well,
he needs to be ready. He needs to be ready. And I pray that he is, because like you just mentioned then, the pair of you then, it's that I fear that you are bang on with him getting scared if something goes wrong.
But the thing is, post-lockdown, we had a 4-2-3-1 kind of thing with Matic, Pogba, and Bruno. That worked brilliantly. We started the season with the same thing, I think it was, in it, and then that 6-1 thing. That 6-1 for me was a fluke result kind of thing. It was a freak result because
it was a freak. Yeah, it was freak. Yeah,
we had that red card earlier on. Pogba was coming back from COVID, I think it was. So it's kind of silly that Ole kind of reverted back.
Even that stat, man. Then you said freak. Even before the red card, some crazy defending. Everyone just lost.
What about the Brighton game? Someone said about the Brighton games.
Believe me, when you're in them games and it starts that way, you can't stop it. No matter what you put in place, you have crazy games, like Statman said then, that you just cannot change. You've got to roll with it, and hopefully you get the win. They're just freak games. Don't bottle it.
Yeah.
Don't go scared.
Catcher here says Bruno should play as an 8 or off the right, like Eriksen did for Tottenham. He's not a number 10. In big games, he gets exposed. He don't have the skill of it. Iniesta, KDB, Modric, Pogba, etc. You know, the problem is, Statman, you know, with the 4-3-3, I think someone said, hey, we played it against Brighton. And that day we were poor, but we couldn't get the ball. You know, Brighton bossed it. When you look at the Premier League now, there's a lot of midfields that I would say are better than Man United's. Aston Villa. You know, there's not, you know, when you look at the Man United midfield.
Balance-wise.
But balance. Sorry, let me get the words right. Balance-wise, they've got like better midfielders. You know, we've just got Pogba, Bruno, and then it's like we're trying to fit in Fred, McTominay. We're just, exactly. We've got names, whereas the other teams have got balance in there. And if you're looking at Buendia, you know, I mean, imagine what Buendia could do in our midfield. I mean, why didn't Man United go for him? You know what I mean? There's certain situations I
see Buendia more of a right-hand-sided player, isn't it? Like
I think he played in a 3 though in Norwich though. The problem is,
I swear he played on the right in a 4-2-3-1.
I could be wrong then. I could be wrong.
When we watched him, who was it? I think McTominay absolutely mauled him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he broke away right at the end of that game. No, sorry, not McTominay. It was Wan-Bissaka when he was flying. No one was getting past him. He finished him. He could not get anywhere, and then we made a mistake and he scored. But it's like you said with the balance again, mate. It's all about playing the best team, not the best players. But at United, we've got big wages, and we always seem to revert back. We have to play him. Why?
That's what scares me, though. You see a midfielder, Pogba and Bruno, like, I don't know if that's going to work, you know. Like, I think that's very, very hard to actually get the correct balance. Because especially as someone like Bruno, does he have the correct discipline? Pogba, you know, for me, you see Leon Goretzka. You see the runs Leon Goretzka makes into the box, late runs into the box. If Pogba can do that, one of the best midfielders in the world, certified kind of thing. He needs to have
fans back in the stadium. The fans back in the stadium. The kind of feeling of tracking back. The whole, you know, exactly. For me, I think Pogba gets nightmares of the fans saying, "Track back, mate. What you doing? Stay." You know.
But the thing is,
you know, so then Ollie will revert back to it, you know?
Remember that run of form that we had when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer first came in? Pogba had that freedom to run into the box, make those late runs into the box. And he was up there in terms of GA for a certain period of time with Lionel Messi and stuff for those 2 months. So that's what he needs to do. And it's kind of like, do I trust, for example, if Pogba goes Bruno to kind of sit with whoever the other midfielder is? Or like stay a bit deeper? The answer is no.
Attacking-minded players. They want to score goals. They want to, you know, help United. And the problem is, it works in both ways. If they're both playing eights, then we don't have anything forward.
People saying that Pogba and Bruno can't work together. You're looking at both of them being in the United team with a coaching setup that is probably the lowest it's ever been at this football club.
Yeah.
So let's get off the players' backs. Let's not forget that. Forget all his goal counts and his assists. It's the 95 chances that he created. Yeah, if you cannot make that work in your team, it's not the player. Believe me, it's not the player. It is the way the team is set up. There's one man and one position you could bring in which makes Pogba and Bruno work, and that's a proper bona fide CDM who can make this system
we're not linked
work.
with it, Adam. We're not linked with one.
Exactly. And this is my only fear. I don't understand the defence. I mean, my God, how much money does Ollie need to spend on a defence? Christ tonight. But I understand the signings still. The forwards, Sancho, he fits. Yes, good. I just, outside, you know, mate, with me, how many times and how long I've been going about that CDM. It's such a massive role. And all of the best teams across Europe have got them. They've got the bona fide, the out-and-out CDM. That's what it is. And we just don't have it. We just don't have it. And you know what? They don't have to be tacklers. They don't have to be. They don't have to be the breakers up. It's controlling the ball. Just the control on the ball, reading the game.
If we get a midfielder that controls the game, kind of thing, like a Jorginho-esque, then we kind of have to change the way we play.
Yes, exactly.
And then you rely on the coaching staff.
Or De Jong. Imagine we went for De Jong.
Like for me, imagine if you got a Jorginho or a Locatelli. you have to be a possession-based side to see the best out of it.
Well, we're not.
Do you trust the coaching staff to implement that style of play? And the answer is probably no right now, from what we've seen in the last 3 years.
Is he just buying winners? Serial winners. You know what I mean? Sancho's a winner. I think in any team is going to win.
What's Harry Maguire one though?
Winner. I mean, Harry Maguire, I think, was when Ollie had time and it looked like a sensible signing. Right now, I think he needs impact. I really do think he's buying impact right now. Varane, Sancho, everyone would say, yeah, these are United signings. True. But we all know, and we just talked about it then, as excited as we all are, we've gone back to systems and formations again. And who plays where. And every United fan is stupid. We know what's coming.
It's when Van Dijk came into Liverpool, though. How they were ready-made. They had the players they needed. They had Matip next to him. They had the Henderson, the Wijnaldums.
Like I said, Saeed, Jurgen Klopp knew what he needed to make that team work. He had his pieces in place, and he went and bought the glue because that's why they waited for him. Forget not being able to get him and going for someone else like United do. Second pick, I'll wait and I'll get the player I know will bring me trophies. And that's what the good managers do. Pep Guardiola, if he's in for a player, we know that player's got something because he is going to work in Pep's system. It's like Harry Kane. He's not the full-on number 9, is he? He can drop in. He could probably work under a Pep regime, Harry Kane. He can play, I think, under him. But he's, for us and Ole, this is what my fear is. As much as I like the signings, and they are right, is he going to get the best out of them? And he's got a year to do it.
Yeah. Adam Fahimi. Yo, big up Adam Fahimi, by the way. He's on our new Wednesday show. Big up to you, bro. He goes, 4-3-3 is a one-off, if not the most difficult thing to coach. How many teams have right personnel and still can't play it? It starts with a better manager. And is that ultimately the kind of thing we're playing at, Statman? You know, have we got the coaching set up? You know, you're looking at Michael Carrick, you know, Kieran McKenna. Are these guys specialized in that? Do they know what it's about? Do they know that we're not a possession-based team? We're more energy, you know, pressing. You know, we've got.
They're just not experienced enough.
I mean, Villarreal. For I would say, the whole of the extra time we didn't control the game and we couldn't get it to what we want. And I think that's the frustrating bit. Leicester, we couldn't control it to what we wanted to do. You know, Tielemans and Ndidi controlled the game. So again, it begs the question: do these coaching staff know what's best for Man United, or are the club just thinking, right, we can get you these names, what Adam said, but it's up to you guys to implement them? And they're just going to say eventually, yeah, don't worry, we'll get Varane and we'll know what to do. You know, go and get Sancho, we'll know what to do. We'll play him on the right, but we'll see. We've got all these players, but we'll see what we're going to do. And that's my fear. We're getting these names, but have we got the coaching staff to do it? Because at the end of the day, you know, go on.
Sorry. What did he say last year? He's not had a chance to coach. We didn't get time to coach these players. Well, pre-season's there, and half of them aren't coming back until 2 weeks before the start of the season. So are we going to use the same excuse again? We need to be working on systems in the season. There's time to train. I'm sorry. If you spend a full day, full session on a training session and do it again, I understand you have to look at oppositions and that, but he used that excuse last season because we didn't have time. But half of his squad aren't going to be there this summer. So he's already laying down the foundation of excuses, which is my biggest fear in all of this.
But the thing is, I don't think he can this year because last year he had excuse of COVID as well. So the games were like more tightly packed. This year is kind of back to the normal calendar, like 1 game a week for the first couple of weeks. And even like, if you look at the Premier League fixtures here, the first 67 fixtures are reasonable kind of thing, isn't it? We're not playing a big side until like October. So still, even in the first couple of weeks, even like without properly being coached, you expect us to win just because of the players we have. And then Oli to implement the system if it's needed during that time.
Yeah. And let's be honest, half of our squad went back home early. It's only the England lads, really, wasn't it? And
Sean Maguire, and Raphael has to get surgery and whatnot. Prem Prodigy, he was a backup. He was just giving, cheerleader on the side. Prem Prodigy here with a super chat. Big up to Prem Prodigy. Goes, Oli played 4-3-3 when he was interim, but the midfielder was more balanced in Pogba, Herrera, Matic. We need more balanced midfielders if we are to challenge. And G. Cassie here with a super chat as well. He goes, 4-3-3 is a very technical formation, requires high levels of fitness. I think 4-2-3-1 was a good formation for United. Just need a progressive double pivot. Yep, that is true. Each side of the argument is about balance, isn't it, Statman? They're both about balance and about how you complement each other. And if you don't have that, and Ollie still after a while hasn't had that, and that's a problem.
The thing is, they're both about balance, and none of that. Say if we play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, they're still not balanced enough right now with the players we have. Which is why it's kind of like all eyes on the Glazers, all eyes on what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants in the transfer market, because Camavinga does not solve any of those problems in my eyes.
Yeah.
In the 4-2-3-1, he can't play with Pogba in the pivot. In the 4-3-3, he can't hold the midfield by himself with Pogba and Bruno ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. Zayn Miase with a super chat. Big up Zayn Miase. He goes, bring on Varane. Saka Martinelli will have him on toast. The fridge will bring Varane down. You know what? You never know. It could be the opposite way around, where Maguire might be exposed now that Varane comes in. But apparently they've just got a signed official deal for Ben White, 50 million. So Zayn Miase, you know what I mean? You're going to have a fridge soon, mate. You know what I mean? So big up to your fridge. Locked and loaded. What a name. He goes, do you think Ollie will survive this season? Adam, what do you reckon? I'll put it to you first.
Depends on. I talked about this on my show the other day, and Statman's just mentioned it there. Them first 7 games, you should be top of the league. I'm not being funny. The amount of players that the other big clubs.
Last season, who did we have? Who did we start for last season with? Did we? What was our points tally?
No, but last season, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kind of had an excuse with COVID and stuff, and I think we missed the first game in it.
He played on it, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. But then again,
look at them fixtures, the fixtures that we've got. If you look at them, how we handled them last season, and I think we've dropped 4 points. So I expect to be at least second top by the time we play. I think is City or Chelsea, one of the big guns in October, like Statman said. By the start of October, I expect United to be top of the league. Otherwise, the pressure is going to be on Ole. Because all these teams that we've got, we beat last season. We beat all of them in the first 7 games that we've got this season. And we beat them all well. So there is no excuse. Absolutely none. Because Statman said it. Everyone's in the same boat this season. Everyone's got players away on international duty. Some still on the Olympics as well for the other teams. And for us,
I got
no excuse now.
The fixtures are here. So we start off the season with Leeds United. That for me is a tough game. I don't think that is even a given 3 points. You know what I mean? I'll be really honest with you. You know, it's a tough game. That you know, what I mean, Leeds United.
It's not a given 3 points here, but at the end of the day, our 11 is better than Leeds' 11.
Yeah. You'd hope so. You know what I mean? We beat them. We thrashed them last season, so you'd hope that Man United would get them. Honesty reporting. Man said Ben White. Yeah, exactly. Then we've got Southampton away. What's our record last season? We've obviously Cavani. Apart from
9-0 as well.
9-0.
They're looking. They've not really brought any more significance in yet. There's the uproar with what's the name up front?
Danny Ings.
Danny Ings. Bertrand's just left them as well, hasn't he? I think he's gone to
Leicester.
Yeah. For me, the only thing that's going to scupper us is having to deal with away fans again, and how we react.
Yeah, I know exactly. You know, the thing is, the fouls, the kind of, there's a lot of times we don't realize, man. Fans create fouls when they start saying, "Oh, this is happening." Referees have to get used to kind of feeling the pressure of the fans now.
And the thing is, you see the way Southampton play under Ralph Hasenhuttl. It's like they normally try playing a pressing game, innit? So having fans is massive for that, just for the adrenaline kind of thing. But I think Southampton, I wouldn't be surprised if they finish in the bottom 5 next season. I think they're close to something.
That Wolves game, though, without Nuno, should be the best United Wolves game that we've seen in 3 years, because they're awful. They're the worst game in football, United Wolves. And hopefully,
I can't stand them, man.
Manager will come in, and we might actually see a game against Wolves, because God, them games have put me to sleep.
Yeah, they got a new manager now. I've been watching. See, I don't know about you guys. I've got like a bit of a guilty pleasure. I just like watching training videos and seeing all the teams how they train. And I've been watching the Wolves manager, and I've been watching this week, and he sounds like a decent manager in terms of what he's trying to do. But again, more attacking. Yeah, Gikasi here says football is about the outlook of a manager. Yep, everything what the manager portrays is what you see on the pitch. Wolves, that should be one. Newcastle, we always batter Newcastle. But then again, they beat us a couple of times. They somehow pull out a performance in the start of the season. They did it against Tottenham. They did it, I think, somewhere else. You know what I mean? They somehow do it early on in the season. They fold. West Ham's never easy. You know what I mean? Especially with their fans back in.
That's the toughest game. Fans back in the stadium.
Yeah. Aston
Villa.
Villa.
But even then, you see West Ham, I don't think they actually benefit from having fans back in it. Like they're like a very hostile fan base kind of thing, innit? They're always against their owners.
I know what you mean. I just think they're a bit more settled than they ever have been now under Moyes. And
absolutely.
I'm not saying that they're in Europe, so that could benefit us.
Yeah. But at the same time, it also depends on signings for them, because have they signed anyone yet?
No, just let Anderson's just gone permanently. And they're back to Lazio. There's no one of note coming.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be doing it late, mate. That's why at least this year now we might get to see a good transfer. You know, Sky Sports News transfer deadline day. Then we've got the big boys coming: Everton. Then it's Leicester, Liverpool, Spurs, Man City. Even Watford away
during that time as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Watford away is a difficult one. We lost there last time 2-0. You know what I mean? Then Chelsea, Arsenal. Oh my God! And then after that, we can breathe a little bit.
Autumn is buckle yourself in time.
Yeah, but then again, Adam, though, if you start off slowly, it's the opposite. If you start off slowly, then we are truly effed. That's the thing, though. We cannot start slowly. The season has to be a quick start. You know what I mean? We're not playing around here. It has to be a quick start, and that's the reality of Man United. And we're not a team that quick. When was the last time Man United started off a season and flew? Was it under Mourinho when we started winning 4-0?
4-0
FC.
Yeah.
I remember them days, but honestly, that was probably the best time in the last couple of years where I thought 4-0. I remember the Everton game, Valencia scoring an absolute worldie. And I was like, yes, you know what I mean? But we're not the best. And the thing is, you can't just assume 3 points, especially now when there's fans in Adam and Statman. Now there's fans in. Then you're like, oh, there's a foul there, and that could not have been a red card, but the referee and the fans buckled in, and it's like,
under pressure.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Adam Chelsea,
Sorry, I was just going to talk about Zane's comment there. I don't know about Oscar Zane. What's the one for the soaps? What are them awards for the soaps? Because I think it'll be somewhere on the lines with Only Ways Essex or something. You're fast of a football club, mate, behind the scenes. It's the only reason you're buying Ben White, because bleeding Amazon have paid you that much to bleed to do a documentary of the worst fall in football. Grace, mate.
Oh, man. He goes, Adam, Chelsea, Liverpool and City will finish higher. At least we've got a documentary coming out. Oscar potential. Listen, Zane, we love you, but bloody hell, mate. You know what I mean? You're selling yourself a bit there, man. We've got pre-season coming up, guys. You know what I mean? What are you making of it? Are you confident? I wouldn't say confident, but like, are you excited football to come?
I'm going to I've just confirmed the 2 home games and just waiting for that Preston one to release.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, mate. I've never really been bothered at all about friendlies. I remember Van Gaal having the best pre-season ever and then falling first game of the season.
Yeah. Was it Swansea?
I remember it, mate. Tyler Blackett, dearie me. Anyway,
remember Ashley Young, the bird shit. I cannot believe that actually happened, man. Imagine that in your mouth.
Wrong that day, could it?
Oh my God, man! I tell you what, he was looking at Twitter. Wasn't around then, like proper popping off. He literally would have been having memes after memes, man. You know what I mean? But I think,
fitness, mate. Fitness and getting sharp, because these games, I think we'll be seeing. I think by the time the home games come, we may be seeing some of our regular first teamers come back in. So,
but even then, it's going to be like 45 minutes each half kind of thing, isn't it? And then the other 11 will come on.
Man. Yeah. You know you hate them ones. I hate when they do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Young said it wasn't bird shit. What was it then, mate? You know what I mean? Was it the Old Trafford paint coming down?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
the rest of the players have never let him live that down because they know he's lying through his teeth.
What do you do with Jesse Lingard, Statman? Because it's in training now. You've got a lot of players now who want to leave. Pelestri looks like he wants to leave on loan. You know, there's a lot of players, fringe players, but there's a lot of feels like we've got our own Love Island. You know what I mean? We've got our kind of like camp here where they want to move away, they want to try and explore options. It's a bit of a mad one.
Jesse Lingard for me starts the preseason game because the thing is,
he needs to show it.
Because the thing is, Jesse Lingard's obviously one of our fittest players, so we obviously played the first couple of games, innit? And I think the reports are that we want to get £30 million for him, innit? And no one's willing to pay that amount of money. So hopefully, if he has a good preseason, you can kind of get the price up. That's the only hope for Jesse Lingard, because I hope he don't stay for his own
And
sake.
The window doesn't close until 3 weeks into the season, does it?
I thought he normally finishes it before the season now.
No, they changed it back again. I'm pretty certain they changed it.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments, people. And also get the likes up. We've got 400 people watching now. Get them likes up, people.
I remember them talking about it. I'm sure they reverted back to September.
It might have, because to fall in line with all the other leagues, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we were being left behind, weren't we? And all the clubs agreed on it again. 31st of August. So if he gets to play a couple of games, that could boost his value. Because with not everyone being fit, Rashford being out, Sancho, how much rest he's going to get from the Euros, I don't know. But there's a chance for Jesse to actually add some value, really.
Kills Ramdean Lassie. Big up to you, mate. Happy birthday, mate. I appreciate your time and whatnot. Yeah, probably says August 31. So again, it gives us time to kind of assess that. I'm just going to put up the squad that you would play the first preseason game. It's we're back with the match day, lineups and whatnot. Would you go and try that elusive 4-3-3? Do you think Ollie will go with that? Let's see what happens, man. What do you reckon, guys?
Well, there's a time to do it. It's now, isn't it?
Yeah. Fair enough.
These sort of games are just more for fitness.
Oh yeah, Van der Beek. Where's Van der Beek going? I don't know where he's going. It's crazy what's happened to him.
Pre-season.
I swear he's in pre-season, right?
Yeah, he's
okay. Hopefully, We'll see. Yeah, man, Dante, we have to do it, man. The first game of the season. Apparently, there's a leak lineup. Surely it's not a leak lineup, Mitchell.
If there is, someone post in the comments.
Yeah, man, we're back, man. We're back. Right, who would you put in net for this game? You've got a handful of options. You've got Heaton, you've got Grant, you've got who have you got? De Gea or Henderson?
Dean
De
Henderson
Gea won't be there, but Henderson.
What would you do? Go. Henderson's got to start.
What? Not Lee Grant? Not giving us a little run around for Lee Grant?
No, I'm not messing. No dad's army. Let's just go straight in with Henderson.
There we go. We got the full lot here. Look at that. Obviously, Romero's gone. You know what I mean? But there's 4 keepers here, mate. You know what I mean? It's absolute madness, people.
The thing is, Dean Henderson will get 45 and then Tom Heaton will get 45. Literally, there's no point of... Why did we give Lee Grant...
What about a little cheeky cameo, man, for Lee Grant, eh?
You might get like 5 minutes or something, in the second half.
right back. Is he ever present in there? Wan-Bissaka? Are we giving Dalot a chance?
No, he'll be playing. He needs game time.
Yeah. We've got a super chat here from Zubi Iber. Shout out to you. Convert McTominay to centre back. It could have been useful. Good on the ball and there's a decent pace. Could be an extra centre back if he adapts well. I don't think we've got time for that, mate. We've got Varane coming on the way. Zubi, you know what I mean? If we're going to do something, we're going to experiment with proper centre backs.
Saeed's muted himself.
Every time Am I back?
Yeah, you are.
Yep. Okay. Right. Wan-Bissaka at right back. Let's do that. Right. Centre half. Phil Jones is coming back.
Hey, Saeed. Put the comment by and ask for the predicted lineup in the comments on the screen.
That looks about right.
9:46. The predicted lineup.
By right. This one is.
Yeah.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka, Menji, Twadzebi, Teles, Ghana, Matic, Ilanga, Mata, Shortai, Greenwood. That sounds that could be right, That could be right.
Mengi's going to Derby, isn't it, again this season? So
yeah.
But if he actually plays against him,
yeah, I could that could happen. That could happen.
Oh, easy.
That could happen. So would you do that, Twadzebi and Menji?
I got no
Who else do we have?
Pre-season.
Yeah.
Some game time.
Oh, Phil Jones will come on for the second half, though. Come on.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Not. It's a madness.
You really better not.
Surely Tellers has to get game time. By the way, if you want breaking news, Brandon Williams off to Southampton. I got an inside source. You get me?
So they agreed the wage packet though.
Yeah, I think one of the guys that I know, he's told me that he's off to Southampton. So I don't think he'll be playing.
They were calling it off the other day because if he went, he would be the highest paid player in Southampton's history if United got their way.
Wow.
Yeah, but United are going to be playing a lot of their wage kind of thing, innit? Because I swear Brandon Williams is on he's probably on like £80,000 a week.
He's on 70 grand a week he's on.
That's still insane.
Scandalous.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's the Man United trade structure. Right, who would you play that double pivot, that base role? Would you give it to a Matic?
It probably will have to be what the predicted lineup said.
Matic will play.
We decided on you again.
We got preseason Pirlo back, if you want to know that.
No.
This guy is brutal,
I'd rather have Hannibal in there.
Okay, fair enough. Hannibal, yeah, you could have that if you wanted to.
Wait, is Donny van der Beek back then?
Donny's training. I knew he was doing his strength work. I don't know if he's going to give him a run out. So could easily be.
Is he fit? That's the problem, though. What are people saying?
I mean, it's pre-season, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Would you put Donny in there then?
Yeah, stick Donny in there.
Stick Donny. We feel sorry for Donny, man. We're going to stick him in there, people. Big season for Donny van der Beek, man. If he's going to get, I think if it doesn't work out this season, or if he doesn't even get game time in the first early season, I think that's it for him, man. I really do. I just can't see any way back for him. But we move on.
I can't even see Donny van der Beek starting the first 7 games. I think it's until Champions League is back, then FA Cup, League Cup, then I can only see him playing cup games.
Yeah, Ollie won't start him in a big game.
Yeah. Right, who's in there now? Right wing, who we're getting? Obviously, Amad Diallo's not there. Yeah, Hannibal. He can play in the midfield. He can play further forward. It depends what they do. This will be the time where we see that little bit of a thing in it. You know what I mean? We'll see.
You could easily see. You could see a Hugo, Greenwood, a Lingard, all in that front three for me.
Yeah. What about Elanga? Elanga's looking a bit, he might.
Elanga as well. Some good.
I think he needs a loan this year.
Yeah, I think there's a few of these who we're talking about here will actually go on loan this season, and it's probably the best thing that can happen to him.
I reckon it is destined for Elanga this game. I just think he's gonna be playing. I reckon Mason Greenwood up front. I think Cavani's going to be still on holiday.
No, Cavani won't be back. Yeah, you got Shortire as well. So
Shortire,
Manuel Gaze will be there. Mato.
Yeah, Mato.
Oh, Mato. Yeah, that's true. Actually, Mato will play. This is pre-season Mato. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's your team, people. Dean Henderson in goal. Wan-Bissaka, Twanzebe, Menji, Alex Telles, Hannibal Majebri, Matic, van der Beek, Matok, Greenwood, and Elanga. That was a team, funny enough, that kind of odd playing against their Wolves, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you look at
we won.
Hey?
And we won. To be fair, I think that game, we actually controlled the midfield very well with Matic and Donny van der Beek in the pivot, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a proper end of season game, that, where we just, I think we took advantage of a crap Wolves team.
Yeah. McNeil as well's in there, goal scorer. You know what I mean? Bought it from City, didn't we?
I think Hugo's ahead of him. I think he's a year behind. He will come through, don't get me wrong. I know he's got everything. But I think Hugo will probably start before him.
Yeah. Rahul, yeah, I think this is a deal agreed. I think Jack Grealish is going to City. It's just a case of whether they kind of make the deal happen enough. Ahmad took Wolves apart yet, but again, he did he even come on, did he? Against Villarreal. He didn't come on, did he?
No, I don't think he did.
No.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, end of the day, people, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people in there who are going to be fighting for places. You know, there's a lot of... Well, would you reckon the lack of, pre-season for any of the players will affect our season? Because we go straight into it. I think a lot of the players, they might get a few games, maybe at Everton at home and Brentford. But apart from that, most of them won't be coming in till late, will they? They've got 3 weeks off. So
but then it's kind of like you should trust these players in it to like keep themselves in good shape and not come into preseason like Willian did the other day for Arsenal.
Oh my days. Arsenal are just different.
No, but the thing is that with the Willian thing, you expect him to lose all that weight in like a week anyway, with how football players are, kind of thing. So I don't think that's a major concern for them.
Yeah, Adam Betts is better.
In terms of how much you can let yourself go. There's
a
comment of the night right there.
Pereira's here too, man. There's a lot of, you know what I mean? It's about preseason. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of players in there, man, that are thinking, wow, man, you realize how big this squad is. We don't really sell that many players, you know what I mean? In the last how many years? How many players have we sold in the last, let's say, 2-3 years? Man United have sold. We've sold Lukaku, Ashley Young, Herrera, Sanchez, Darmian, Smalling,
Rojo.
But these were guys that were here for a couple of odd years before that. I mean, Smalling's been here for 10 years. You know, Rojo was here for 6 years. So someone's here, Raul saying, hey, how many players will leave? How many players do you reckon will leave Man United now? If you were to give me a...
What, first team players?
Yeah, as a squad-wise. How many do you reckon will leave?
I reckon we'll get rid of 4 this summer.
Who do you think the 4 will be? Pereira.
Dallo, Pereira. Brandon Williams. Oh, he's alone in it.
Yeah.
Lingard. I think Lingard has to go.
Yeah, for his whole sake, man. Bloody hell.
Mata kind of has gone, hasn't he? To be honest. He's accepted the retirement role, hasn't he?
How many years has he took a 1-year deal, though? That's the thing, though. He's had a 2-year, then a 1-year, then a rolling contract. Bloody hell, man. You know what I mean?
We got rid of... we let Romero go already, haven't we, as well? So
officially, though, is he gone? Oh, yeah, he released him, didn't we?
Contract.
Yeah.
You know what? You know one thing I just thought of. You know, preseason. Remember the report a couple of weeks ago about the Wan-Bissaka centre back thing? Potentially back 2 or back 3.
Oh yeah, that was discussed this week as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's suited to that role yet, but preseason is the perfect time to try it in it. So that's something just to keep an eye out for.
I've seen enough of Wan-Bissaka playing everyone on side to give me enough nightmares from right back.
I know.
So take centre back out of the equation and stop round pegging the square holes, please.
Yeah,
everyone.
That's key.
Get players master one trade. You know what I mean? Jack of all trades, master of none. They're never good enough.
Yeah.
They're never world class. It's the players who master their positions. They're the ones we remember. It's simple as that. And we're United. That's what we should be doing. Not this crap just making a position for a player because he's failed. That's just a manager basically admitting defeat in his signing that. If he moves a player from what he bought him for, that's poor for me.
I do agree with that, but I want to see how it potentially could work in the back 3.
He's crap in the air though as well, isn't he?
Yeah, like positionally,
man.
Massive question mark over him as well.
If we go for Trippier, what does that say about Wan-Bissaka then? If we go for Trippier, is it more than just backup to buy a Trippier on a 40 million contract or 30 million euros or whatever?
I don't think Trippier is a backup though. I think he starts.
I don't think exactly he starts. So Adam may be right. That maybe we are going for a back 5 then. Maybe Ollie's thinking, I want to go even more defensive next season, and I don't want to concede that many goals. I might have more draws, but I don't want to concede that many. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, when you look at it, you know, imagine that. I think there's one thing pissing off the fans with a double pivot of McFred, but imagine going to a back 5 and you're playing that consistently, but then you're not scoring as many goals next season.
To be fair, you see the back 5 thing. It's kind of like however you implement it, kind of thing, innit? But you don't trust Ollie to implement it into like a positive way because we saw it against Leipzig. Leipzig was Wan-Bissaka at wing back, and I think Matic and McTominay, the midfield in front of him. Like that just did not work. It was just too defensive. But say if we get like a Telles, Dallo wing backs bombing on, it could work in a good way.
Yeah, he rarely plays in the back 5, only in big games. Yeah, that is true. Maybe it is 4-3-3 with the so-called lesser teams, and then go in with the 5 at the back against a big team. But again, you're always in this rut of what you try to aim for next season. You know, are we just gonna, you know, Man City, they go for it. Titles are there to be won, not to be, you know what I mean, to be safe, and that's the reality, mate. Arsenal started to sign Samuel Congo and thingy. I thought that was about Man United. I see the red logo, but it's about Barcelona. But yeah, I just think for me, pre-season's back in motion. We've got a couple of games. I think it's Derby, and then it's QPR, and then it's who else is after that? Preston, and then something like that. I don't know how. Man United played Brentford and Everton at home when in reality, like the season starts after. It don't make sense. Maybe just because there's no games. Like, we can't play abroad.
It's not COVID, you can't go abroad. It's COVID, isn't it? So, I think you always sort of ended up with the Juve's, Barca's, and Real Madrid's, didn't you, towards the back end of pre-season? I think because we're not going to play any of the big teams at home, are we? So, I think it's just tune-up games to like one of a team that's going to be in the top 10 and one of the newcomers again to get ready, because they're the sort of games we're starting the season with, the mediocre teams or mid to bottom table teams, aren't we? So it probably makes sense in a way, but we better start fine-tuning themselves quite quickly, because the autumn, like we just said, looks like do our time.
And if we don't start the season well, people, best believe the feeling will be met with. Adam Fahimi here with a super chat. Big up to you. Being a big club and having good players on the bench and them not wanting to leave still, we've forgotten what it is to be big and competitive. I think that's the best way to kind of wrap up the Man United talk. You know what I mean? Man United have still got a lot of work to do. We haven't wrapped up Varane, people. We haven't got a CDM. There's no link with a CDM. We've got Sancho, who we should have got, a year or 18 months ago. There's a lot of work still to be done at Man United. And this notion that, Man United are back, far from it next season, but we'll see. They've got about how many weeks left of the season?
Wait, I just thought of something here. You know what the worst thing will be? If we start off slow and then all you're going to social rush is Rashford back. Because I can see that happening. That's one thing here. Hopefully we just start off brilliantly well. We don't need Rashford for the start of the season. And all you're going to social is rush it back. That's the worst thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, you heard Black Diamonds. He says, stop lurking and like the stream, man. We've got 400 people here. Lots of super chats tonight. Big up to everybody. Zane, Adam, and so forth. Helping support the channel. We'll be back with a proper schedule. As you can see, we've got the shows rolling out and whatnot. And man, thanks everybody tuning in. Make sure you are smashing like on the video. Adam and Statman, you've been a pleasure, mate. Shout out your channel. Start with you, Statman. Let them know where they can find you. Did Aaron do well on the quiz? Did he do well?
You'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, is it out tomorrow? What time?
Hopefully by 5 o'clock tomorrow it'll be out.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. Let's see what Aaron's all about. And then
Adam, next week, if you want to do it, we can all sort out a time.
Yeah. I'll message me, mate. Let's do it.
Man. Adam, let them know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, I've just had my season tickets dropped in my email inbox, but yeah.
Okay.
At
this time. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Adam Matic TV on YouTube, Adam Matic on the other socials. Catch me there, guys. We've got match days are coming back. I'm at the friendlies and building up to the start of the season.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to everybody who's tuned in and locked in. Man, love to everybody who's watching right now. Statman probably can't, Aaron, let's be honest.
You'll be surprised.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But we need a round 2, by the way. I want a round 2. That was the first round. I need a round 2, man, because I feel like I've been, I was con there, man. But people, like the video on your way out. Subscribe to Saeed TV. I might be back for the game on Sunday. Me and Statman might be doing something, so have a look out for that one. And also catch me on Sunday, Adam's podcast, 7 o'clock. Make sure you go check that out. We'll be talking about the game. Hopefully, Pereira's putting a world-class performance and we can be analysing that. And maybe we've got our number 10 back. We'll see. Guys, like the video. Subscribe to Saeed TV. We're out.